I think that there are three main strengths of OASIS as a consortium. The first one is its process. The fact that we have a very stable, very well worked through process for developing standards, which is highly respected across the industry and which people come to. And in fact, even some want to copy because it's actually such a powerful tool for getting standards done. So certainly the process is the first thing. The second thing is the fact that we have a range of IPR modes. It doesn't mean it's pick and choose, people can do what they want, but with the process it's very clear that organisations have an opportunity of choosing a particular track to go down in terms of the type of IPR mode they want to work to. And once they choose that, they're bound by it, by the process. And that's something which gives security for everyone who's involved in the work, and also an opportunity to be able to put IP on the table which they want to share with others and make available, and not feel that they're losing out and they're actually gaining from getting involved in that process. And the third thing is the overall governance of the organisation. The fact that it's an elected board of directors. I'm one of the elected members. I'm an individual member, so I've not got there just by being part of a large corporation. I'm there as an individual. And the fact that the board is elected by the membership means that you've got a governance structure which represents the whole membership and which is able to drive the organisation forward and keep a good eye on how the process and the IPR work is going forward. One thing that makes OASIS stand out compared with many other organisations that I've been involved in is, in a word, open. Couldn't claim that we invented the word, but we were there a lot earlier than many other organisations. And open not just in the sense that our standards are open, that they're available, freely available and in perpetuity, but also that the whole process is open. The fact that we have everything publicly archived and everything available means that people have a sense of security for what's being done, that they are in the public spotlight, and at the same time that they're accountable for what they're doing, which I think is very important, and that people outside the organisation can see very clearly how the organisation is running and what's being done. And that helps strengthen us as an organisation, the legitimacy that we're not just talk public, but we're actually a very open, committed to being a very open organisation. As a representative of a large public sector organisation, the European Parliament, then as a managing director of a software company, software startup in Belgium, and now as an individual. So I've seen the value for OASIS in all of those profiles, and I can see that whether you're a one-person organisation like I am myself, or whether you're a large global corporation, there's a value to be had in getting involved in the work. At the moment, my emphasis as an individual consultant is obviously to attract work. I look for clients, and the fact that I'm involved in standards work and I'm sitting around table on various standards work with some of the best brains in the business of looking at standardization in various areas of work means that you have access to a brains trust, a collective pool of knowledge and of highly qualified people involved in various areas of work that are valuable both for me in terms of getting my work done, but also help give me an opportunity to put on the table stuff that I want to share, and whether it's problem looking for a solution or a solution to somebody else's problem, the OASIS process and the technical committees provide you a way of doing that. And of course, if you're a consultant, one of the advantages you're always looking for is to see that your clients are happy with the quality of the work that you're doing, and the fact that you can show that the work you're doing conforms with or uses publicly available standards which are referenced at the highest level through ISO and other organisations is a very important sort of stamp of authority in the work that you do. Governments across the world often have issues with getting involved in what are considered to be industry-led organisations or consortia and other bodies. The reality couldn't be further from the truth. An organisation like OASIS has a very broad membership basis. Sure, we have the software vendors involved as key members, but we have a lot of government agencies, from national, international organisations down to local government, city level organisations, as well as consultancy firms and other interested parties, academics and university research bodies. And I think that broad membership gives a very wide perspective to the work of standardisation. And for governments, one of their key concerns, and should remain as one of their key concerns in standardisation work is to be able to represent the interests of the end user and the interests of the public. And however modest a government official may feel their contribution is to a piece of standards work, the reality is that what they bring to the table, implicitly or not, is a whole perspective of work on standardisation, a whole view of effectively representing groups of end users and the general public in what they say and what they do in standards work. So the role of governance agencies and organisations within in OASIS cannot be stressed enough, because what they bring a freshness of perspective which sometimes the vendors, to the best of their abilities, are not able to do on their own. And the fact that you involve everyone around the table, all types of stakeholders that are going to be affected by very practical pieces of standardisation work, is essential for those standards to be worthwhile, and we can only do that if we have all those partners around the table.